It took me 3 days to get rid of this earwax. Hey guys, it's Abaid from clearcanalclinic, and no, I'm not joking in that intro. This ear actually took 3 separate appointments on 3 different days for me to remove it. This was probably the toughest earwax removal that I've ever had to do. But you know, with me, we don't accept failure. This is why at Clear Canal Clinic, if we don't manage to get rid of your earwax on the first appointment, then you get free follow-up until we manage to get rid of it. So in this case, 3 different appointments, only charged for the first one. And now this patient is earwax free, despite how long it may have taken. Now, honestly, guys, I have over an hour of footage from this one ear, and I've managed to sort of compress it down as much as I can, but it's still quite a long video. I've cut maybe an hour and a half of footage down to 8 minutes, but everything is sped up to 2.5 times just to try and fit it into a decent sort of length. Now, what you're seeing is the first day I saw this patient. I have actually posted the other ear on the page before, and it was a fairly straightforward earwax removal, but this one was tough. You can see that the earwax is very dry, and there's a lot of matted hair and sort of dead skin preventing me from getting a good suction grip onto it, and it's just making it almost impossible to pull it out of the ear. Using a lot of olive oil drops as well, just to try and lubricate it and make it, get us a slightly better grip to try and get rid of it. Now, when I say this ear was fully blocked, I mean it was fully blocked. From where you're seeing all the way up to the eardrum. This is the main reason that it required so many appointments, because even though it probably could have gotten rid of everything on the second appointment, but I think because of how close and how adhered it was to the ear canal and the eardrum, it was causing the patient quite a bit of pain. So we had to stop numerous occasions, even when I thought I can get this out. But it's about making sure the patient's comfortable. We don't want to risk bursting any eardrums or anything like that. Patient's safety is paramount, and we won't proceed if the patient is in any pain whatsoever. Now, I think that's where we ended up for the first day. We're moving on to the second appointment, which was only about maybe 3 or 4 days later. I'd advised the patient to go away, use regular olive oil drops, and you can see there at the front, that earwax there looks much better, much easier to remove, and this, I believe, does come out quite easily, but you will see what is behind there and why it took another appointment to remove. Now, this day in particular, I spent, I think, nearly an hour working on this ear, and that's no exaggeration. But you can see at the start it's coming out quite nicely. It's just sucking up in little chunks going into the suction machine. At this point of the earwax removal, I thought, we're making quite a lot of good progress. There's a good chance we can get this all out today. And you can still see, a lot of that dead hair, dead skin that I just mentioned that is making it harder to get the grip. It is still there. In the 3-4 days that the patient was using olive oil drops, it obviously hadn't managed to penetrate that deep, leading to, the dry wax still, the big dry ball behind the nice softened lubricated bit of wax. And you can see how tightly adhered that is to the ear canal. It's very tough to move. You're just getting little bits off. And this ear canal is actually quite narrow as well. As you can see, we're using a size 2 speculum with the wax scope, which is usually, the right size for most people. But even using that, this ear canal looks quite small. Luckily though, with the wax scope, having a small ear canal doesn't really prevent us from getting in there and trying to get rid of the wax. Obviously, if we were using head loops, this would be quite difficult, but with wax scope technology, it becomes significantly easier. You can see we've gone back in with some more olive oil trying to lubricate, but it's really tough. Sorry, there's a bit of poor camera work going on. This patient was a fair bit taller than me actually, so it was quite difficult and tough on my shoulder. And look here, you can see me just sort of poking at the earwax, having a go at it, but it doesn't want to budge. It is caked on there. I think there's only another 30 seconds or so of footage left for this day 2 of this earwax removal. And then we'll be going on to the 3rd day that I saw this gentleman to try and remove his earwax. And I think in that section of the video, you'll see actually exactly why we recommend people to use olive oil drops before coming for their microsuction appointment. You're going to see exactly how useful it is and how easy it makes it compared to this. Because basically I saw this gentleman for the 3rd time a few weeks after, as I had been abroad for a few weeks, and then we couldn't really organize a time that suited both of us. You'll see us going to the 3rd day just in a second. And then so he'd been using the olive oil for a long time at this point, and look at the difference that has made. Look how soft and much closer to the surface, because the ear is naturally sort of pushing that out, because it actually can do it now, because it's not like a rock deep into the ear canal. And look, it's just sucking straight up into that machine now. And honestly, this was such a relief for me, guys, because I was just thinking, oh my god, last time I saw this guy, it took me an hour and we didn't make much progress. But honestly, this 3rd visit, 5-10 minutes maximum. I don't really recall. Most of the time he was there, we were just having a general conversation rather than being in his ears, because we were done so fast actually. So yeah, if you made it this far into the video, first of all, thank you for watching this long. But yeah, if you are thinking of getting your earwax removed, especially if you're going to someone who does microsuction, definitely get some olive oil drops from your local pharmacy and get those into your ear, because it will make it so much easier for the person doing it, but also so much easier on you and your ear canal. You'll be in much less pain. Not that it's a very painful procedure, but it's just so much more comfortable for you. You can see we're sort of just teasing the earwax away now, and you'll see a very nice and healthy eardrum right after this. So guys, I just want to stress the point that if you do book in with us, then even if we can't get your earwax out in the 1st appointment, we will see you again completely free of charge. Whether that takes another 1, 2, 3 appointments, we will get your earwax out. So yeah, definitely if you're in London or Essex and you're thinking of getting your ears cleaned, drop us a message and we'll get you booked in. Hope you guys have a good day. See you again in the next one.